up, guys? It is Christ, and we are back with another video here. This is going to be another Dream Theater video. Welcome back to Dream Theater Thursday. This is going to be a continuation and completion of the Metropolis Part 2 album, and I'm super excited to check it out. And I do want to give you guys a quick shout out. You guys did complete that challenge. It's something that could have waited until next week, but for my sanity's sake, I needed to get this album done. Because I have been consumed by this album. What's going to be happening with it, I kid you guys not, over the last week. And I have just been itching to hear the rest of the story. And someone suggested that I just react to it early and then just schedule it to upload. I could have done that, but if I were just to record it all at once, then it's not going to absorb into me as much as it would be if I listened to each song individually, then re-listen to the album in its in the form that it should be. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm recording these not at the same time. I'm like taking an hour or two to like listen to the album in its entirety before I check out the next song. So we're going to be checking out Through Her Eyes today, and I do want to say that I was quite wrong about the story before. It turns out our main character, Nicholas, he when we open up, he's going through past life regression therapy, which I didn't know was a term before, and it turns out that you go to therapy to a hypnotherapist to figure out if you have had a previous life before, and it turns out Nicholas did. He had been this woman named Victoria in a previous life who was murdered, and that's essentially what the plot of Metropolis Part 2 revolves around. And so that was something that I didn't really... It's something that I figured he was being haunted by Victoria, but I didn't know that he was actually her in a previous life, if that makes any sense. But you guys can always feel free to let me know if that's not quite correct. You guys can feel free to correct me. So yeah, so I'm sorry for babbling on. We're going to be getting right into the song now. This is Dream Theater, Through Her Eyes. This has a very different feel to it than the previous ones. This is one of the piano riffs from Through My Words.
Never really had a chance on that fateful moonlit night. Sacrificed without a fight, a victim of a circumstance. Now that I've become aware and I've exposed this tragedy, a sadness grows inside of me. It all seems so unfair. I'm learning all about my life by looking through her eyes.
Excellently played.
Just beyond the churchyard gates, where the grass is overgrown, I saw the writing on her stone. I felt like I would suffocate. And loving memory of our child, so innocent, eyes open wide. I felt so empty as I cried, like part of me had died. I'm learning all about my life by looking through her eyes. And as her image wandered through my head, I wept just like a baby as I lay awake in bed. And I know what it's like to lose someone you love, and this felt just the same. She wasn't given any choice, desperation stole her voice. I've been given so much more in life. I've got a son, I've got a wife. I had to suffer one last time to grieve for her and say goodbye. Relive the anguish of my past to find out who I was at last. The door has opened wide, I'm turning with the tide, looking through her eyes.
Makes me sad because that was a good song, and I almost shed a tear during that song. That was very, excuse my manliness, that was a very beautiful song. I definitely enjoyed that one. That was very beautiful, and it did fit the theme as well. Sort of like a grieving song as well too. That was a very sad song. He discovered who he was, and he had to say goodbye to her because that was ultimately him. And that's kind of really sad to think about. Another thing that I didn't mention in the beginning is that I learned that Nicholas, he found out that Victoria was murdered because I think his name was Julian. I'm pretty sure his name was Julian. Hold on a second. I have a page up here. Yeah, Julian, he had killed Victoria because he had been drinking, and so Victoria was sort of shying away from him. She didn't really want to be around him. And so she tried confiding in her brother and his brother Edward, and they had an affair. And so Nicholas is thinking that he had killed Victoria out of jealousy, and that's the official story that the police had went with, because they didn't bother to look any deeper than that. And I don't know if that's going to end up being the full story or not, but it definitely is very interesting. And this is definitely one I'm going to see through till the end. So with that out of the way, guys, I do want to ask you guys a question. I planned on uploading Home, and I think it was called the Dance of Eternity. Yeah, I've already reacted to the Dance of Eternity, but I had a comment highly suggesting that I listen to Home and Dance of Eternity together. So if there's a video that has them both together, I would like to try and react to that. But if it doesn't, then I'll probably just do Home, and then I might do Dance of Eternity, but it depends on what you guys want me to do. If you don't want me to upload Dance of Eternity, I won't. But if you do, I will. So with that out of the way, guys, this has been Christ. We will see you in the next video.